Alright. Alrighty then. Let's get to. Hey! Hey! Don't fall asleep on me. Bad. Bad controller. Bad. Anyway, let's get to it. Let's continue. Let's continue. Investigation, Part 3. 22nd of February. 111. Phew, we made it back in one piece. Just to be perfectly honest, I thought we were finished there for a while. Oh, I know. A lot of close shaves. There's so many carriages on the street of London, we were very nearly flattened several times. Oh, no. I didn't mean that. Yes, I know. It was a marvelous defense now how to son. It really was. And I was in awe of you. Oh, thank you. And now your fervent exploits have won us some more precious investigation time. Let's see if we can't find some more clues for court tomorrow. Yes, let's do that. Is everything alright? I suppose I still can't quite believe it, that's all. That I'm here in England working as a lawyer, I mean. In the Old Bailey, no less. The truth is, it shouldn't be me, should it? It should be him standing in my shoes. It should be Kazuma. It was Kazuma-sama's wish that you follow him to Great Britain and work alongside him. Yes, I mean, I never had a chance to ask him exactly why, but he clearly had a plan. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him. And you're doing wonderfully, Narahata-san. I have no doubt, that Kazuma-sama would say exactly the same thing if he were here with us. Thank you, Sasada-san. Thank you. Alright. Let's see. Still can't examine Still can't examine that, but we can still examine the spade. Okay, let's... It was quite a shock earlier today, wasn't it? When the victim himself turned up in court and took the stand. I know. Not only that, but then finding out that he is actually a bare-faced gas thief as well. Yes, that was certainly a surprise to us all. For a while, it seemed as though everyone had quite forgotten about Saseki-san's poisoning the tea. Careful with your phrasing, Sasaki-san. He didn't poison anything. And there's more to this Mr. Shamsphere than we know. I'm sure of it. Mr. Shamsphere certainly wasn't the noble, upstanding man everyone thought he was at first. What's become of him, actually? I was told he's been returning to the hospital ward where he was receiving treatment. Oh, which one is that? Let me see. Ah, yes, he's at St. Bartholomew's, or Bart's, as Londoners call it. We know that place, don't we? Yes, we visited Miss Green there yesterday, and it's the same hospital to which she was taken. Ah, yes, after Sasaki-san stabbed her in the back. Do be careful your phrasing, Narahata-san. He didn't stab anyone. Perhaps we both owe Sasaki-san an apology. St. Bartholomew's. Yes, we should probably visit this hospital later. So we know that Sasaki-san took the tea to the victim on the night in question, but as he isn't the culprit, then obviously, yes, then poison surely wasn't in the tea. But if that's the case, how on earth did the poison get into Mr. Shamsphere's body? Yeah, I'm sure we'll find us a clue at the scene. There must be something in Mr. Shamsphere's room that will help us solve the mystery. Oh, naturally, Scotland Yard detectives have been over the place already, but it couldn't hurt to have another look around, I think. Definitely. And I'm desperate to know the outcome of the investigation into the tea left in the bar of soap. Well, if we run into Inspector Gregson, we could ask him about that. Kazuma Asagi, the best friend I ever had, and a lawyer with such promise. He really saved my bacon in that horrible incident just before we left Japan. I can still picture him now, looking so fierce and determined in court. Then after the trial, the crazy idea he came up with. As a stowaway? Yes, you can fit inside my trunk if you curl up small enough, I'm sure. No. Kazuma, won't you tell me why? Why go to these lengths so I could accompany you to Great Britain? Well, it's been on my mind ever since we got through that trial. That you really ought to go into law, be a defense lawyer. You've got a natural talent for it. Believe me, I guarantee it. But I've never even thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, I can't force you, obviously. You'll have to decide for yourself. But anyway, London is the cultural capital of the world, the city at the forefront of everything. It can't hurt for you to see it with your own eyes. No, that's true. I suppose, though, if you were to become a lawyer, then one day... One day what? Oh no. Never mind. Like one day we would have to fight against each other or something like that? Naruto-san? Oh, sorry, I was just thinking about Kazuma. Yes, he's spurred my thoughts too, to change the Japanese judicial system for the better. That was his dream. And that's why he so desperately wanted to come to Great Britain to study, of course. Yes, that's right. But... Yes? I do wonder if his true intentions lay elsewhere sometimes. I don't know, the thought just takes hold of me every now and then. That's all. Hana-san, what do you mean by Kazuma-sama's true intentions? I mean, this. His katana? I never expected him to inherit the sword after Kazuma passed away, of course. No, I know. It was because I asked you to take it. When I have it at my side in court, I feel as though it gives me courage. Yes. Actually, the night before he died, he told me a little about the sword. Kanama? That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through the generations of the Yasuki clan. A Japanese man's sword is a soul, Yasuke. I can't be parted from my katana. Kanama guides me. I truly believe that. So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two. Not that you would need much compelling. On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain. Something you have to do. Yes. I'd appreciate it if you seeing it through with me. Of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you. I know you wouldn't let me down. What did he mean by something very important that I have to do? I had hoped that the answer to that question would become apparent when we arrived here, but as yet, I've not found a single clue. I see. Alright then. I guess let's go see Miss Green, I guess. Maybe she's looking. That rat's still there. What suppose is happening? It sounds like some sort of disturbance. Yes, I hear angry voices. Be not angry, O ample lady. Verily thou art mistaken. Mistaken, my foot. You were looking at my painting. The eye of man hath not heard. The ear of man hath not seen. 'Twas foul indeed, the poison that mustached villain gaveth me. Forgive me, lady. I wish that you die from that poison. God have mercy, ample lady. But thou seest I have vigor still. Behold my Shakespeare dance. This looks rather ominous, doesn't it? Ah, lo, 'tis the lawyer from the land whence rises the sun. How now? What are you doing here, Mr. Shakespeare? Marry, I do believe I returned unto another ward. He was looking, that's what he was doing. Look at my terrible work. Eastern fellow, so darkly clad. Wait, dark-y clad? Eclad? Dark-y clad? Like faith thy work in court is morning was wonderful. I do applaud thee. Oh, well, thank you. But that doesn't mean things will go so wonderfully for you tomorrow, does it? Huh. Anon, excellent. What the fuck? Mr. Shamsphere might technically be the victim in this case, but there's definitely a lot more to it than that. But it's very hard to pin the man down. Literally and figuratively. I'm so sorry, I'm such an awful person. Miss Green, is everything alright? Oh, yes, I mean, don't worry about me. They're about to discharge me, so I must get ready to leave now. Oh, I see. We're delighted that you'll soon be well enough to go home, Miss Green. Oh dear, you're too kind. I don't deserve it. Well, it looks like I've... So, are you feeling more like yourself today, Miss Green? I am, thank you. I mean, people do recover from ordeals like this, don't they? Even people like me. Well, yes, it really was an ordeal, wasn't it? As far as I was concerned, I was just walking along in the snow one evening minding my own business. And then completely out of the blue, I was struck in the back by a knife and collapsed unconscious for days. Of course, when I finally woke up again yesterday, the whole business had been cleared up already. Terrible week it's been for you. Oh no, I'm sure I'm very lucky, really. I'll look back on this fondly. Really? Anyway, I must be getting my things together now, so I must be ready to be discharged. Oh, yes, of course. Sorry to take up your time, but you're obviously busy. That really it? Okay. Actually, I want to go back to Sholmes' suite to check on something. I should also probably check on Iris. Oh, Bruno and Susie! Hooray, you're back! Hello, Iris. You're in fine spirits as always, I see. I am, and you look as immaculately presented as ever, Susie. Oh, you flatter me. Well, you couldn't have come at a better time. I just made a pot of tea. I'll set some cups. Really? Thanks, Iris. But actually, what is that foul smell? Aha! The Wanderers return at last! Where on earth have the pair of you been? We've been in court? Oh, for Mr. Mustache's case? That was today, was it? I'm sure I mentioned it only yesterday, Mr. Sholmes. I'm sure you think you did. Ha 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 ha! Well, we can laugh about it now. So tell me, how did the trial go? Reasonably well so far. We've managed to escape without a guilty verdict at least. Really? I would have liked to see it. And I must pass the time of day with Mr. Reaper again. It's been too long. Is the Roman's like an acquaintance, Mr. Sholmes? Naturally. There's not a person in the world who doesn't know my name, Mr. Nanahoda. Not quite what I asked, but still. Mr. Sholmes, whatever is that odor? Yes, what is it? It's faint, but absolutely awful. Ah, indeed! That is a sense of victory, my dear fellows! Victory in science! Oh dear. Alright, I'll bite. What's he up to now? I must know, though. Oh. Oh. I'm surprised. I'm surprised the board hasn't changed. But something's changed here. If I remember correctly, this large and imposing lump of iron is called a typewriter. To think that every single one of the adventures of Sherlock Sholmes blossomed from this very machine. It's such a dreamy thought. I actually had to go on it the other day. The metal bars that move when you hit the keys got all tangled up somehow, and that made Iris angry. Mr. Naruhodo, you're ruining my dreamy thoughts. Please don't do that again. Now I've made Susato-san angry as well. Wait, was that Chalice always there? Okay, so about Lord von Zykes. Lord Baron von Zykes. Yes, it's an interesting sobriet he has, isn't it? The Reaper of the Bailey. Once the legendary prosecutor has fought for someone's conviction, that person is doomed. Even if he or she is found not guilty by the courts, sooner or later, the hapless soul will vanish from the capital. But vanish how exactly? By falling into a passing carriage, or drowning in the Thames, or succumbing to a sudden fever, or quite out of the blue, being set upon by highwaymen. There are numerous routes to one's final terminus, my dear fellow. It all seems a little far-fetched, really. Well, on the bright side, Mr. Mustache is fighting fit, for the time being at least. That's not overly reassuring. If the rumors are true, though, the obvious conclusion would surely be that those acquitted are, well, by Lord Van Zyke's own hand. As it happens, Mr. Sato, is that is quite impossible. Oh? Why? Naturally, the man very quickly came under such suspicion. However, whenever these incidents occurred, the Reaper always had a cast-iron alibi. Really? And so his reign continued, but 5 years ago, he vanished from the courts, never to appear as a prosecutor again. That is, until you arrived in the country, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, so I've heard. In fact, it was at the very day I arrived when I was thrust into the trial at the Old Bailey. That bitter fight to the death coincided with the Reaper's resurrection, and really did end bitterly indeed. And here you are, facing Mr. Reaper again. Poor Runo. I don't know if you're just incredibly unlucky or incredibly unlikable. I think it goes deeper than just me. I sense a general loathing of all Japanese people. With Mr. Natsume, who I'm currently defending, being Japanese as well as Mr. Sato as myself, I felt it even more keenly in court today. For some reason, Lord Van Zyke seems to have an inherent disdain of the Japanese. Indeed. It is an interesting observation. Do you know something about it? Do you, Mr. Sholmes? Please, Sholmes, please tell us. It was about 10 years ago that Baron von Zyke chose to enter the legal profession. However, before that time, the young man's closest companion hailed from the Empire of Japan. No. What the? Tell us more, Mr. Sholmes. What happened? I believe I've made it clear before. I'm unable to tell you anything about the affair. Oh, but... The veil will be lifted on the events of the past in due course, I have no doubt. For now, however, it is Mr. Mustache who is most deserving of your attention, I believe. So about that smell. So, what is that indescribably foul smell? Ah, well, most probably this, I would say. What is that? My dear fellow, it is, of course, my latest invention. A chemical test that can identify whether or not a tea is genuine or the drop of sub tea. Oh my! There are some unscrupulous sorts manning the stalls along some of London's less frequented streets. Verify whether or not a tea is genuine or okay. Like, they regularly sell what purports to be high-quality tea, but it's in fact merely dyed leaves full of drab flavor. Well, that's certainly unsavory behavior. So, when one is presented with what appears to be black tea, one must be careful. Iris? At the ready, Hurley. Let's add a drop of my chemical to this cup of tea here. Do you see what happens? It's turned completely black. Oh, hey Jonathan. I've talked to Sasato in the office. Then I talked to like Miss Green in the in her hospital room, and now I'm back at Holmes' suite because I forgot about that. So yeah, like pretty early on, it's turned completely black. And what a foul odor it's giving off. Indeed, the blacker the tea becomes, the more foul the odor. The more foul the odor, the better the tea is. What? It appears that this cup was a particularly fine to Darjeeling. That's very ingenious, but what do you do with the black liquid now? Why, dispose of it naturally. Surely you wouldn't like to drink it, would you? There does seem to be a rather obvious problem with your new invention, Mr. Sholmes. Hence why this chemical test is really a test, my dear madam. Right. Though I didn't get an achievement with Miss Green yet, though, so there's that. The point is, we are entering a new era of science in the world of criminal investigation. Also, yes, forensic science. Oh, these are such exciting times. I regularly engage in this scientific experimentation alongside my unofficial consulting detective work. For the Sholmes method will be the foundation upon which modern investigative technique is based. This little tea indicant was a happy byproduct of my ongoing forensic science research. Forensic science? I suppose I should find out more about that. Wee. So, your t-test, is that an example of forensic science? Indeed it is. And essential too in cases that hinge on the knowledge of whether some tea is of high or inferior quality. Not a huge number of cases then. Perhaps a more practical example is required. Fingerprints? Not yet accepted in our court as evidence, I might add. Really, we are dragging our heels there. I hadn't even heard of them until recently, which is partly why I had to take research in the field myself, of course. Does that mean you're studying fingerprints, Mr. Sholmes? There are others in the field naturally, and I abhor the company of inferior minds. No, what I am researching is skin prints. Skin prints? Not even toe prints, just skin prints. A nomenclature of my own design, as is this chemical agent that makes it possible. It reveals objects touched by whichever person is under investigation. Brilliant, Mr. Sholmes. As long as it doesn't turn everything completely odorous and black. Or pink. And pretty, I don't know. I assure you, my dear fellows, you will witness my forensic talents in action very soon indeed. Okay, well, I think we should go back to the scene and see if we can uncover any new clues. That's the spirit, Runo. See you later. Yes, until later. No, Mr. Charles, we were thinking you'd come with us. You are? Yes, of course! You said you just a moment ago! You said we witnessed your forensic talents in action! Yes, I do recall saying something along those lines, but you go on ahead. I shall be sure to follow you later, in all likelihood. Probably. Maybe. Well, I might. Your commitment astounds me. Oh, thank you, Mr. Sholmes. We eagerly await your arrival. Bye-bye, Runo. Bye, Susie. Yep, and I've already talked to her, so Nothing yet. I guess let's go to Mr. Shamsfield's room. Let's see. The soap is still on the table. And hey, Gregson! Hello, Inspector. What are you doing here? Well, we were hoping to have another look around, actually. The lawyer representing the defendant has a right to examine the scene, as I'm sure you're aware. Yeah, I know the score. Oh, yes, one other thing. There's soap on the ledge outside the window. Did you find it? With a tea in it? Yeah, we found it, alright. And there was a small amount of tea in it, as you said. I knew it. It was with the identification section of the yard now. They're looking into it. The results should be available later today. That's wonderful news, thank you. Pretty impressive performance in Colt this morning. Oh, sorry. Nothing, forget it. Just make sure you don't disturb anything in here. So it turns out Mr. Shamsford wasn't eating the soap at all. That's right, the mystery of why he had it on a plate whilst holding a fork in his hand is solved. Yeah, surprised his latest ice coin out of its mold. And in the process, he accidentally broke the bar of soap in two. It certainly was hard to imagine, let alone deduce. Yeah, that is pretty, The sun never shines in this room thanks to that depressing bricked up window. Yet, with enough determination, you can always remove the bricks to set some soap outside, can't you? That sounds like a very wise life lesson, Mr. Sato. Only if you plan to follow a life of crime, Mr. Naruhodo. And here's a dreaded box. If you ran out of change, you wouldn't even have any light, let alone heat. For the needy, London's winters can be very harsh. That's true, but if you think about it, even the wealthy would find themselves freezing if they ran out of small change. London's winters could be very harsh for the forgetful too, then. Frankly, I'm starting to wonder if Sasada-san and I are going to make it to spring. That's true, we don't even have a meter at Baker Street, let alone a gas stove. Look how dark the stain on the floor is. It's underneath the meter there. Yes, from all the water dripping out after the ice coins melted as established in the court this morning. It's a very large and obvious stain, isn't it? Mr. Shamsford must have used an awful lot of ice coins, I suppose. It's an ingenious idea, I'll give him that. Yeah, that was surprisingly smart. A surprisingly smart plan. Like, all things considered. Hey, Inspector. You looking for new clues, Inspector? No offense likes orders, yeah. Don't come back till you've got something for me, he says. Oh dear, poor you. Yeah, poor me, because we've already searched every bleeding nook and cranny in this place. I don't know what he expects, to be honest. Thank goodness for warm chips, is all I can say. Well, at least he's honest. Nothing really stands out about this place anymore. Like, I guess there's really nothing else to look at. I mean, what is this coat doing here? Mr. Scholes, what are you up to over there? Oh, hello, Mentador. I'm trying to wave, but yeah. What a question indeed! Was it not you, your good self, who asked me to attend the scene? Oi! What are you doing here, Shelves? What are you up to over there? What are you doing here? Dear me, once a great detective, one is always under such scrutiny, it seems. Is now the time, Mr. Sholmes? Yeah, I hope so. Like, holy cow, like, I really hope that the rest of the, I'm really looking forward to case 4 and 5. Like, holy cow. Like, I always look forward to the last two cases whenever I get to an Ace Attorney game. Oh boy, are you promised to show us your forensic talents in action as you promised? With the greatest of pleasure, my dear madam. What's all this? Whoa. All this is precisely what you requested, Mr. Naruhodo. Herlock Sholmes, sensational skin print checker gun! Moments ago, I took a sample from the teacup that was used by the victim. A sample from Mr. Shamsphere's cup. Each individual leaves microscopic secretions on everything he or she touches. A sample of those secretions is all I need to produce this refined indicator solution. By liberally spraying the room with this chemical, everything the victim touches is instantly revealed with the aid of these goggles. Here, try them out. Oh wow, everything's blue now. Now spray the chemical indicator and about and all will be revealed. Spray, how? How do I do that exactly? I don't have it. This isn't on the 3DS anymore. A little press of the A button in the area you're interested in is all I can require. Like this! Ah, what was that stuff? It's like fog. A suspension of the chemical indicator in pressurized gas. Gas is the most efficient way to cover a large area. That was another invention I discovered incidentally whilst I was developing this idea. As you do. Go ahead! Try it, my dear fellow! We may learn something interesting about the victim's movements on the night in question. Well, there's nothing to lose, I suppose. Let's explore. Well, it makes sense that his fingerprints would be over his costume and stuff. Aha! Look, there are dozens of handprints here. So there are a great many indeed. So much so it makes it make out any one individual print. In fact, sends chills down my spine. Perhaps he was leaning against the wall while delivering this picture. Unlikely, I would say. It's a rather dull scene after all. I can just imagine like him just pressed up against it, just looking at it, being like, my, this picture is so fascinating. Like there's maybe like a safe behind there or something. I don't know. And without wishing to state the obvious, you wouldn't generally admire a picture from such close quarters, I feel. Oh, very true, Mrs. Sato. It's a bit of a mystery, then. Yeah. Oh, look at this here. Yes, interesting. A multitude of victims' handprints. Why are there so many of them on the floor in this one spot? Oh, perhaps he had a bad fall. Just here. There's nothing obvious that he would have tripped over there, though, is there? I wonder. Personally, I often stumble when there's nothing obvious to trip over. Same. I think that's something only a great detective would do, Mrs. Sholmes. Am I a great detective, then? Well, this is quite a puzzle. Handprints all over the floor. Well, yes, there's no obvious explanation. Ah, well, we sprayed Mr. Sholmes' amazing skin print indicator all over this room, didn't we? We did, but there are two places in particular that are of interest, I would say. Yeah, that floorboard right there. There are handprints on the floor there, and on the wall by the picture, you mean. Yes, and I think the floor warrants closer investigation. I won't be a moment. Ah! What is it, Mrs. Sato? Look here, Mr. Naruto. One of the floorboards has popped out. You mean, it's the secret hiding place? Excellent work, Mrs. Sato. So, what do we have in here? Oi! What are you lot doing? Inspector Gregson, stand aside right this minute. It's my job to investigate there. No need, Inspector. You continue to dig into your portion of chips, whilst we dig around under the floor here. You fancy talk splitting me off of my food anyway, Sholmes. A new bit of evidence is exactly what I need. Let's take a look. Wow, a secret hiding place under the floor. What a find! It's not a hiding place that you can make use in Japan. I don't think I could lift a straw tatami mat. What? But aren't those? No, what? I mean, I guess if it's like the entire room, but whatever. No, I know, but I never expected one of these wooden floorboards to move either. It got me wondering about the wall over there too. Aren't you curious? Oh, I'll investigate it at once. There's a nice little box there. There's something behind the picture, sadly. What? Only the wall. That's disappointing. But then, how would you explain the handprints? I really can't think of why anyone had without touching a wall over one place like that. The picture itself, maybe? There you are, a print for you. Alright, nice. Nice, a Polaroid. Oh, thank you very much. His inventions can make prints too? Now then, I wonder if Inspector Gregson has found anything under the floor there. I'm desperate to know! So am I! I'd love to know if there's anything hidden underneath the floorboard there. Allow me to ask Gregson now. After all, we're well acquainted. Inspector Gregson! Really, it's been too long. What is it, Sholmes? I thought perhaps you might show me what you found there. Seeing as we're good friends. We're not friends. No, I suppose not. A dismal failure. Yes, I heard. I'd kill to know what's under that floorboard. Don't tell me there's nothing. Alright then, fair's fair. What? You did discover the hiding place after all. I suppose I should at least fill you in. Really, Inspector? Thank you. Do it quickly, my dear fellow. If there's one thing I know about this man, it's that he blows with the wind as fickle as the weather. Oi, stop making me out as we become kind of nut. There were 3 items under the floor there. A newspaper clipping, a photographic print, and a tin box. Now, what do you want to know? Well, let's go from top to bottom. Looks like this was cut out of the paper about 3 months ago. It's about a convict who got sick and died while he was serving time up in Manchester. How terrible. It made the headlines down here in London as well. The bloke had been sentenced to death, see, but nature got him first. Oh my goodness, he committed a capital offense. Man by the name of Selden. Nasty piece of work into burglaries and murder. They say the hoard he knocked off was worth about £1,000. A hoard of treasure, you mean? Jewelry and the like. But he hid it somewhere and no one knows where. And now he's dead. The papers loved it, of course. £1,000 lost en route to hell. Or some such was the headline. I mean, people just love the thought of hidden treasure or escape or people who got away with crime, like D.B. Cooper, like stuff like that. Like people are just fascinated with those kind of mysteries. Does it not strike you though? Why such an article would be so carefully ensconced under the floor? I suppose now you mention it, it does seem a bit odd, but I have to go over the paperwork we got on Saturday back in the yard and see if I can turn anything up. Alright. Selden. This is the photograph I found. It looks reasonably to me. Is that Mr. Gyarados? Yeah, that's definitely Mr. Gyarados. But it appeared to be taken on the street in front of the house here. And the gentleman on the left is Mr. Gyarados, the landlord, of course. But who's the young man on the right? Mr. Gyarados' son, perhaps? Huh. Perhaps you can take the print if you like. Really? Are you sure? You can presume, therefore, that the yacht already knows. The identity of the young fellow, that is. Ah, is that true? Well, it's too bad if you do. Unfortunately for you lot, leaking information isn't one of my pastimes. My dear Inspector, if I may be so bold as to point something out. Pastimes are for one's leisure, but this is for work. All the more reason I'm not telling you! A dismal failure. Yes, I heard. I wonder, why a photograph like this was hidden under the floor? I mean, Mr. Shamster himself isn't in it. Photographic prints are still rare treasures in the East End. I imagine Mr. Garrett was rather delighted to have been immortalized. He probably made a proud present of it. Uh-huh. So the tin box of like chips? Now this tin looks interesting, doesn't it? Might I suggest, Inspector, that you open it? If we were to find something inside that reveals the truth behind the case, I wouldn't be in the least surprised. Yeah, funnily enough, I've already had a look. It's completely empty. What? Shakespeare! Give us a clue, man! You didn't even have the chance to utter a word, Mr. Naruto. But anyway, at least we found out what's inside the box. Yes, thin air is empty. Rather like how I feel inside. Is there nothing more to this box then? I wonder. Wait, are we not getting it as evidence? Kitty! Kitty! Oh, look, it's a lovely little kitty cat. What was its name? It's Mr. Natsume's, isn't it? I don't think we've ever asked him, actually. Well, why don't we call it, Wagahai? You know, like Mr. Natsume refers to himself in Japanese. I wonder how he got here, clever cat. Oh, wonderful. Well then, Wagahai, here's something delicious I brought for you from the cat's meat man. Meow. So cute. Ah! 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 he couldn't be happier now. Look, I just hope we can bring some happiness to his owner too. Meow. You look like a little loaf. You look like a little loaf right there. Oh yeah, you look like a little loaf. Boy, so freaking cute. Ah! Ah! Ah, you twitches. That is he can meow. Meow, Wagahai. Oh, but he's so adorable. I could sit and watch him forever. I think he may not appreciate that after a while. And we have an investigation to get back to. Seriously? We can't even investigate the painting? But there was... But... Wait, what? But... Shouldn't we... Isn't there more we should be... Like, how the cat even got here? Like, what was the point of bringing that up if the kitties... Ay. Still nothing else. Well, let's go to Briar Road then. Hey, the soap's still there. But so isn't that just a little odd that the soap is just like, doesn't anyone else find it a little weird that soap is just being kept outside? Like what? Let's go to Mr. Garrett's room then. Mr. Garrett appears to be out. Oh well, I suppose we'll just have to come back again later. We probably shouldn't poke around in here while Mr. Garrett is out. Oh, thank goodness. Hey, oh, Mr. Natsume's back. So he is. Mr. Natsume, hello! I am a cat. Sorry? I don't know who Mr. Natsume is or Haddock Shelves. I don't know about courts or trials or Old Baileys. I am a cat. That's what I am. Just a cat. Mr. Naruhodo, he's trying to escape from reality. He's probably saying Wagaha. Trying to? He already has! Completely! So, what is your name then? As yet, I have no name. Mr. Naruhodo, he hasn't fully thought of his new identity yet. Maybe it's not too late to bring him back to reality. Do you think? You think you could open your eyes for us, Mr. Natsume? I am not a cat. It worked. He's back to the real world. What's going to become of me? No! Don't answer that! It's obvious! I am cursed soul. I'm never gonna escape this accursed fate! Mr. Natsume, no! This morning's proceedings in court prove that there's hope. Yes, welcome to Miss Naruhodo Esquire was brilliant, but the Reaper's omnipresent in court, in my lodgings! Here, there, everywhere! What's he looking straight at me for? I think perhaps there's some things we should discuss. Oh, yes, we must. In my whole life, have I ever been so moved as I was today? No! Of course, if I cast my mind back, there were perhaps one or two other occasions that moved me more. But if I just block those out, then today, being that the courtroom was the most moving experience of my life! Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! You're too kind. Scotland Yard found the remaining tea, just as we discussed, and are analyzing it as we speak. There's nothing wrong with that tea. They won't find a drop of poison in that. That's it. Tell them, sworn, Soseki, certainty. Tell me, did you both drink tea at the same time that night? Oh yes, most definitely. Remember? Drink tea while it's hot. We both poured it down our throats like it was a hot bath for our bellies. And at the time, you were both completely fine, as shown by the fact that he and Mr. Chancellor then engaged in the Romeo and Juliet match. I suppose the focus of tomorrow's proceedings will be how the poison was taken by the victim then. Yeah. Because if there's no poison, then that begs the question how. But if there is poison, then that begs the question how the tea even got in the poison anyway. I mean, the other way around. That rotten chance there. What have I ever done to him? You don't recall him taking issue with you over anything you've done recently? Like beating him as root? I've been holed up in my room, immersed in books. I don't recall anything. Anything at all! Right. What I don't understand is why he didn't let me know sooner. Let you know what, Mr. Natsume? About the soap, of course. What else? Oh dear. Are you struggling with such a meager stipend? Of course I am. If I had money, I wouldn't have chosen to live in a existence in such accursed lodgings. Oh yes, you said because the place is cursed that it's so cheap, didn't you? Exactly. Especially in the room that I rent. The spirit of the capital offender who lived there still haunts the place and is trying to kill me! Capital offender? Oh gosh. Might I ask, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire, that next time you visit me, you bring scores of super soft soap? Okay, by the way, look at this photograph. It's nothing much, but... Ah, it's been too long since I've offered a present. Thus I was such a delightfully humble, unequated for homeland. What? You're too kind, I accept it gladly. Sorry, but I wasn't trying to give it to you, actually. Okay. What's this? It's a newspaper cutting that we found in Mr. Shamspier's room. Ah, so he knew, did he? Sorry? About this man Selden, a convicted killer, and the evil spirit behind the curse that afflicts my lodgings! What? He's already taken one young man's life, and now he's trying to take the life of another! A miserable, mustached, much maligned Japanese man! Mr. Natsume, if you know something, please, you must tell us. Tell us everything you can about this evil spirit. So about Selden. The truth is, I didn't know the details myself until very recently. That Selden man was arrested about a year ago now, and at the time he was hiding out in lodgings at Mr. Garrett's house. What? He lived where you do now? That's right, yes, exactly where I live now. In my very room. Oh my, your room was previously occupied by a criminal found guilty of a capital offense? Before his sentence could be carried out, he died in prison. That was 3 months ago now. And that's when it started. The curse! What really is this curse you keep mentioning, Mr. Natsume? It's already caused one death. A few months after the criminal passed away in prison, a man died in the room. The man who rented it after Selden, in fact. The poor lodger, he was found dead in mysterious circumstances. The room was locked from the inside! Locked from the inside, exactly like the case we're dealing with now. So that's the convict's curse, is it? Yes, well, that was the start of it. Okay. So, now, then what? Then what happened? Do you have any idea how the lodger before you passed away, Natsume? The official cause of death was asphyxia. When they discovered the body, the room was full of gas, so he suffocated. Gas? I only found out that after I signed the lease. When Mr. Garrett came to tell me later, I couldn't stop myself trembling. In fact, if I'd known beforehand, I probably had been too scared to take the room! Landlord's lease, luckily legal! Lucky for Mr. Garrett, maybe, but not so lucky for poor Mr. Natsume. Oh boy. And now you believe this curse is affecting you? It is, at first. I just felt as though I was being watched all the time. And then you talked about having nightmares, didn't you? They're trying to take me with them! They come for me and try to suffocate me! Just when I'm struggling to breathe, I wake up in the room! It's as cold as ice! But why is your room so cold? London winters are too cold to bear without any heating or on overnight. But for some reason, even though I light the stove before I climb into bed at night, the part of the light always goes out, and the room fills with gas. But that's terrible. It's exactly the same situation as what led to the previous occupant's death. And then there's what happened to Mr. Shamsphere last night when he was mysteriously poisoned. There's clearly more to that incident that could be explained by that very curse, though. Whatever can be the cause of all these things happening in Mr. Garrett's room? Oh boy. Oh boy, we need to talk to Mr. Garrett. Hey, do you have any idea about the hand? Okay. Okay, let's check Miss Green. Still nothing. Yep, nothing. It's kind of odd that we're not, like, it seems a little, like, You'd think that there'd be more to her than this, but I mean, whatever. I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll see it later. 22nd of February, Mr. and Mrs. Garrett's room. Ah, you're here now, Mr. Garrett. Right, bully business it is for me, you know? Getting out and about. Were you at the Old Bailey by any chance? Naturally, fate of my lodgings hanging in the balance and all that, not a trial to miss. The fate of what's already been dubbed your haunted lodgings, yes. Of course, the place has caused quite a stir around the capital on more than one occasion already. As the old haunted lodgings, or some such. Ah, well, at least he knows. Makes you wonder what the blaze is going on, don't you? Yes, I'm sure it does. In fact, thinking back to Mr. Natsume's other trial the other 2 days ago. What is Schultz doing here? You were here at the Old Bailey as well, weren't you? Testifying with your wife about what happened. wait, was Schultz with us this whole time? Stopped off at the prison on the way home, in fact. Beastly business. I see. So, what brings you to my haunted abode today, eh? Okay, good. We don't need to talk. We don't need to look at everything again. Okay, I want to ask about this right away. Mr. Garrett, could I ask you to look at this photograph? Is that your son who's with you there? No, not at all. He was a lodger here once. Duncan Ross was his name. Duncan Ross? A street photographer who happened to be passing, so I asked him to take a shot, just for kicks, really. Huh. Was he by any chance the lodger performance of Natsume? Yes, that's right. Ah, the young gentleman who died in the room, in mysterious circumstances. Just what Mr. Mustache was waiting for, one might say. Yes, young Duncan lived in the room at the top of the first flight of stairs before that Japanese chap. Would you mind telling us a little more about him? Yes, Duncan Ross. Young chap was attending art school. Had to work to pay for it, mind. Moved into the middle floor room about a year ago after that criminal Selden was arrested. The young students are always on the hunt for rooms with a history behind them. A history of cheap rent, maybe, yes. Yes, well, anyway, it was one morning about a month ago now. Hadn't quite worked out the old trick of watching the gas lamps to see what my lodgers are up to at the time. So sadly, I was rather tardy to discover what had happened. Smell of gas that alerted me it was. This probably explains why he's alert at the gas lamps then. Yes, synonymous with the smell of death. Yeah. Called the police straight away, of course, and the officer kicked the door off its hinges. But once it got inside, we all fully collapsed. Because of the gas? Yes, the room was full of it. No air at all. Stove wasn't going out while the poor chap was sleeping in his bed. So Mr. Ross suffocated to death in his sleep. Of course, the police gave me a sound taking off because of the gas pipes were so old and all that. Can't tell you how much it set me back having to have the lot replaced all over the house. But even after you had all that work done, Mr. Natsume says the same thing. The stove goes out at night while he's asleep in bed. Well, that's the Bali curse! The convict's curse! I've done my duty as a landlord now! Someone's feeling defensive. Oh boy. Some fishy fellow from the far east and a failed actor chap of questionable character, eh? There's no need for that, Mr. Garrett. That's right, Mr. Natsume is in no way fishy. He is undeniably peculiar. However, is it right that he took the vacancy immediately after the previous tenant passed away? Yes, that's right. I asked the estate agent to find someone, and he popped up at the very same day. Never came across a chap so keen for a place with a background, as it were. I don't think it was the room's background he was keen on so much as the cheap rent, actually. So how long has Mr. Shamspeare been lodging under your roof. That failed actor chap? Let me see. Oh, of course. Yes, it's been 3 months now. Quite sure of it. Only 3 months? He's quite new here too, then. And to what do you owe your certainty to that regard, Mr. Garrett, if I may ask? Well, it was that Selden scoundrel as it happens. Selden? The convict, you mean? Do Selden and Shakespeare have some kind of connection, then? The convict chap Selden passed away in the clink 3 months ago now. You see, some malady or other. Yes, we've seen the report from the newspaper at the time. Well, it was only 3 days later, that the tragedian showed his face, the ex-fella. Really? Yes, I remember quite distinctly. 'Tis small this world we inhabit. Prithee, landlord, hear my request. I, the humble Shamsphere, do desire to take thy room on the middle floor, offered while for rent. Terribly sorry and whatnot, but that won't be possible. Already have a lodger on the middle floor. Ground floor is vacant. Room vacant, though. Nothing can be made out of nothing. Let me repeat mine what will unto thee. Those curls must be muffling your ears. The room on the middle floor is taken. It's ground floor or nothing. Very well, we have an accord. Glad to hear it. Welcome to Briar Road. Lo, where Shakespeare danced to celebrate! Uh-huh. From what I heard in court today, sounds like the chap was Stephen Gass. And he was 3 months in arrears with the rent too. Yes, the fellow was a bally player, alright. Thank you for your candor, Mr. Garrett. We are most grateful. By way of appreciation, allow me to say 1 or 2 words. Give me my robe, put on my crown. I have immortal longings in me. What's happened to you? Shakespeare, my dear fellow, one of his most famous lines. I wish to devote my own learning of the subject, for I have a turn for literature too, you know. Perhaps you could turn your attention to more apt lines, then? So about your lodgings. Some fishy fella from the Far East, and a failed active chap of questionable character, eh? Yes, the house does seem to have become something of a magnet for rum fellows of late. Thanks to that bally curse. The convict curse, you mean? Ah, heard the stories, have you? Rotten scoundrel was arrested here. Then the next chap in the room goes and keels over. Then there's this woman who dropped dead just outside the street, not to mention the actor yesterday. And my next day? She's not dead, though. Well, can't help it but get the collie wobbles. Can you? She's not dead. When you say the woman who dropped dead outside on the street, do you mean Miss Green? Because Miss Green, who was stabbed by the knife, and Mr. Shamsphere, who was poisoned last night, are both very much alive still. Yes, well, so is that blessed convict's curse, it seems. Personally, I should be quite content with such lodgings. A bath, a toilet, a fireplace, a fascinating history. Why, it sounds like a lap of luxury. I'm not so sure about that. Well, there's no bath or toilet included, and no fireplace either. But you do look out for your tenants, don't you? By watching the rise and fall of flames in your gas lamps up there. Yes, never hurts to keep an eye on things, in case there are any mishaps or such like. I think you had your mishap already, sir! Ha 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 ha! That's not helpful, Mr. Sholmes. Heaven forgive me. The words just came to my lips! That reminds me, actually. Yes? About young Duncan, the night before the poor chap perished. He'd been writing a letter of affection to a young lady. A love letter, you mean? Yes, where did I put it now? Ah, here it is, left it on my desk. I think do I dare? Excuse me? Let me see now, what does it say? To my most beautiful and charming sweetheart. Do you think we should be reading such a personal piece of correspondence? My dear Mr. Sato, that's precisely why I prefaced my reading with, if you'll excuse me. I will not excuse you, Mr. Sholmes, no. Sadly, he didn't address it, though. So I have no reason delivering the thing. Rather sad, really. I see. That's going to play on my mind. Oh my goodness, I have questions. But really, on the identity of Mr. Ross's sweetheart has no bearing on the case. I think we should leave well alone. Yes, I suppose you're right. Indeed, the intended recipient's address is missing. However, if there is a name attributed to the man's most beautiful and charming sweetheart... Mr. Sholmes, please, I've already had to chastise you about this once. My undying love to you, my colorful darling, Olive Green. Olive Green, the woman who was plunged into a coma after a knife plunged into her back outside this house 5 days ago. The victim of the last case of Seki-san was in court who regained consciousness only yesterday. Is it just chance that her name has come up now? Could it possibly be a mere coincidence? Mr. Naruhodo, whatever can this mean? Reading personal correspondence can have its merits, you see, Mrs. Sato. Oh boy. Alright, well, that answers my question of what Miss Green has to do with this case. St. Bartholomew's Hospital Recovery Ward. Mr. Naruhodo, I've just finished speaking with the doctor. It seems Miss Green is well enough to be discharged at last. This is good news, but hopefully just before she leaves... Ah! What is it? Oh? Miss Green! Oh? What was that? She clearly just hit something behind her back. One moment, I'll be with you in a jiffy. Oh, hello everyone. What are you all doing here? The doctor said I could be discharged, so I'm getting ready to getting my things together. Miss... Okay. Okay, I'll examine the bottle as soon as I can. What are you just doing? Oh, nothing, really. I was just about to take some medicine the doctor prescribed for me, that's all. Well, we were hoping to have another quick chat with you, if that's alright. I don't really have anything else to tell you. Alright, she's definitely behaving strangely. Let's see if we can't coax something out of her. I mean, I definitely would have examined the bottle and the note first. This is the bottle Miss Green was talking about just about the drink when we arrived. Yes, she looked rather preoccupied, didn't she? Perhaps it's very bitter. I can't stand bitter medicine. I suppose that could be it. In fact, whenever a doctor prescribes me medicine for a number of days, I always take it all at once. What? No! No, bad! Ryosuke, bad! Bad! Do not... Oh no. Do not overdose on medicine! Well, if you have to take something that you don't like, it's best to get it all out of the way in one go, isn't it? That is... No! Oh dear, and I thought it was Miss Green I should be worrying about at the moment. Oh gosh. No, like, Ryosuke, that is not good! No! This is the card that Miss Green was looking at so intently before, isn't it? Mr. Naruhodo, we shouldn't be peeking at a young woman's private effects. Right, I should say peeking for gentlemen's effects only. You mustn't do that either. And maybe you, Mrs. Sato, shouldn't be peeking into a young man's mind either, huh? What? God. Oh gosh. Well. Yeah, exactly. It's wonderful news that you're going to be discharged, Miss Green. Oh, yes, I mean, thank you. Well, once people are better, the hospital staff don't want them lingering around and wasting space. Not people like me, anyway. So I don't think I should keep anyone waiting. I probably shouldn't stand around and chat. She certainly doesn't seem to be in the mood to talk, that's for sure. Or someone of high opinion of oneself, which is unfortunate. So, wait. Miss Green, we were hoping to ask you about someone. Mr. Duncan Ross. You knew him, didn't you? Oh, frick, oh no, I'm so sorry. The bottle of medicine fell down when she did. Okay, I see how you missed it, then. You have it not immediately, like, I can see how you missed it. You did not immediately examine it. Instead of, you decided to talk to her first. Before examining. Oh, Miss Green, are you alright? And I'm sorry I'm spazzing. Being rather spastic. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to startle you like that. No, it's alright. I just wasn't expecting it. How do you know about Duncan? Mr. Ross has been writing a letter when he passed away. The landlord found it in his room. It was a very personal letter to you. It was at the art school. That's where I met Duncan. A year ago now. He was working to fund his studies. He dreamt of becoming a professional artist one day. And the two of you became romantically involved. Yes, that's right. We were very much in love. We were engaged to be married, actually. Oh. So I decided to move into a cheaper room to save money for the wedding. No! No! That hurts so much. And that's what led him to Mr. Garridib's. Yes, he told me he found the worst but cheapest room in the entire East End. Oh. And then 1 month ago, that's when it happened. We're so terribly sorry, Miss Green. Well, it's all in the past now, I suppose. Poor Miss Green, she looks so desperately sad. I was starting to think that's just her look. But now I see that she has every reason to feel that the universe is against her. Oh no! I do hope you won't think I'm being rude, but would you mind leaving me in peace now? I have to leave the hospital soon. Oh, I'm so sorry, we didn't mean to hold you up. Of course, we'll be on our way. Mr. Naruhodo! Surely you are not about to leave! That's quite out of the question! Well, Mr. Sholmes, I didn't realize you were here! But of course I was, my dear fellow. Watching intently from the shadows as always! Well, make your presence known next time. Like, does he just appear and disappear every... Because he was just with us a few minutes ago! Oh no. Oh no. Mr. Sholmes, what's this about? Something which occurs to me with some regularity, Mr. Sato, is this. I mean, is it... That bottle is filled with Danganronpa blood! Why do detectives insist on such ex post facto modus operandi? Why solve a case after it's happened, instead of presenting a case before it happens? That is what sets a great detective apart. That's also... I mean... If you don't have supernatural powers, it also leads to you being... leads to dictatorships. What do you mean? There's a case waiting to happen under our very noses, Mr. Naruhodo. So let's avert disaster. Let us prevent this case from ever happening with nothing but careful observation. Oh, wait. I just thought of something, and I don't want to say it right now. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. So let's prevent this case from ever happening with nothing but careful observation. Alright. All the clues you need are set before you. You only look, and you cannot fail to see. You can do it, Mr. Naruhodo. I know you can. Okay, well, yeah, I was hoping... Oh my gosh! The rat! It was... That mouse seems to be dead. Look. I didn't notice it there before, did you? I think perhaps it drank the medicine that spilled out of the bottle. That wasn't medicine, was it? But that's the bottle Miss Green was about to drink when we arrived. You don't think... I see you've come to appreciate the true nature of the scene. That of a tragedy about to take place. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh my lord. Yes, I think it's starting to fall into place. Oh gosh. Miss Green, the kind of the bottle you had before you had spilt on the floor, and the poor mouse that drank it has sadly died. I think it's clear the bottle must have contained a powerful poison. Miss Green, don't tell me you were... Did you know about this? Don't worry, I will attend to the mouse presently. Thank you. Mm. Miss Green, were you intending to go the same way as that rodent? To take your own life? Once we left, you would have put it to your lips again, wouldn't you? And taken the poison. Miss Green, please! Help, please talk to us! And, oh my gosh! It definitely feels as though this must be relevant. I mean, when we first arrived, I was getting with it. This is a suicide note, isn't it? And so I'm staying with it in her very hand, only to be... Yes, it may barely relate what incident Mr. Sholmes believes was about to happen here. Perhaps we should ask Miss Green about it. Oh god. "10 seconds later, and we would have arrived to a very different scene here. In all probability, we would have not enjoyed this most delightful conversation. Of course, perhaps it hasn't been quite so delightful from your perspective, Miss Green. Oh no. Actually, in a way, now that everything's out in the open, I feel like a weight has been lifted. Tell me, how did you acquire that medicine? Well, with this being a hospital and all, when the doctor comes to examine me in the mornings, he always leaves the medicine cabinet open for a while, so I stuck this out when he wasn't looking. It conspicuously lacks a label. I wonder what it contains. I'm afraid I don't really know, but I thought if I drank it, it might just stop the pain somehow. Oh, please, Miss Green. Don't talk about such things. Oh gosh. Oh, it seems clearer now that it contains poison. Yes, that poor little mouse is proof of that. Oh no, oh, it's all my fault. What have I done? I shall remove this to my office, Miss Green. I take it you have no objection? No, none. Oh gosh. Neither the sender's name or address appears to be written on the envelope or the card. It arrived by post at my home the day before the incident and put me in hospital here. I have information regarding the death of Duncan. Oh. Oh gosh. Oh no. So the note wasn't a suicide note from her, but rather... Oh no. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. Don't tell anyone else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. Oh no. Wait a minute. The 17th of this month. That's the day you were stabbed on Briar Road. And 5 p.m. is precisely the time when the incident occurred. The Slug and Salad, yes. A pub on the northern corner of Briar Road. Briar Road, being the street that Mr. Garrett house is on. Does this mean that... Yes, I'm sure you've guessed. That day when I was struck in the back by the knife, I was actually on my way to the Slug and Salad. Goodness. So that's what you were doing on Briar Road that day. Oh gosh, I'm sorry I didn't say anything before. Oh gosh. think I really will have to ask you to excuse me now. I've told you everything. Yes, I'm so very sorry to have to drag up such painful memories to you. No, it's fine. Oh god, Miss Green. Please, promise us you won't try to do anything like that again. Yes, don't worry. Your detective friend is the bottle now anyway. And besides, I've been stabbed in the back and had a close shave of the bottle of poison and I'm still here. I think I'm destined to see things through to the end. Oh, it might sound a little conceited, but well, that's how all this has made me feel. Oh, leaving the screen in the St. Bartholomew's behind, we made our way back to Baker Street with Mr. Sholmes. Oh boy. Well, it would appear we've reached the end of the investigative trail for today. But what about the slug and salad? Yes, it's late. And Mr. Naruto? Did you discover anything that may be of use to you in court tomorrow, do you think? Details of Mr. Shamp's fate, Mr. Garrett's lodgings, the convict Selden. There are many facts to this case that we're yet to see the heart of it, if you ask me. That's my feeling anyway. I can't help wondering about the results of the analysts. They did with Mr. Natsume's tea, you mean? Yes, will they have found strychnine in it, or not? Well, I fear that either way, it will be hard to escape the grip of our friend, Mr. Reaper. Oh dear. Yes, Barrack Fun Zykes. But I wish every success, of course. And though I was late to rise this morning, tomorrow will be a new dawn. I intend to spring from my bed to at a crisp hour to attend the trial. Mr. Sholmes, you're going to come? Indeed. Whatever happens, I shall be there. Assuming my eyelids cooperate in the morning. That's a mood. Well, I think we've done all we can. All that's left is remain focused and keep fighting for Mr. Natsume's cause until the very end. London, the world's most prosperous city, home to some 6 million people, but away from the razzle-dazzle down back alleys and behind bricked-up windows and the lonely lurk, Saseki-san had battled long and hard with loneliness during his many months here, and so I felt honor-bound to battle equally hard for my compatriot, to lift the curse that gripped him. As Mr. Sholmes said, tomorrow would be a new dawn for all of us. Oh boy. Alright, well, in any case, that's it for the 8th Attorney segment of the stream. Or of tonight, at least. Oh boy, we have a trial, like, the second part of this trial. We'll be tackling that probably tomorrow, actually. Depending on how my teeth feel tomorrow, because I have a dentist appointment.